Were the 47 Rōnin truly heroes? In fact, their tale of revenge had another face that history books don't teach. Their actions certainly garnered public acclaim. Yet, behind the scenes, the shogunate was perplexed, and the Kira family's survivors continued to suffer. But, in fact, an even more astonishing truth was hidden. What exactly was the true mastermind behind the Ako Rashi's actions being hailed as heroic? In this video, you will discover why were the Ako Rashi ordered to commit seppuku? What were the true motives behind the public opinion that hailed them as loyal heroes? And what was the real reason the Kira family was erased from history? Now, let's delve into that truth. The main part of this video also elaborates on the power of public opinion, a force still relevant today. The story begins in Jinroku 14, 1701, in the Pine Corridor of Edo Castle. It was the incident where Asano Naganori, lord of the Ako domain in Harima province, attacked Kira Yashinaka, a senior master of ceremony. An armed assault within the castle, where Shogun Tsuneyoshi resided, was an absolute prohibition. Asano Naganori was immediately ordered to commit seppuku, and the Ako domain was abolished, a severe penalty. Meanwhile, Kira Yashinaka faced no repercussions. This verdict appeared profoundly unfair even to the people of the time. It is said that Asano had suffered various harassments from Kira, but why did the shogunate not punish Kira at all? In fact, this judgment involved a clever calculation by the shogunate. It strongly served as an example to strictly control the feudal lords. Oishi Kuranosuke, the chief retainer, was forced into a painful choice: avenge his lord or restore the domain. He initially sought to restore the domain, but that path was closed. Eventually, he decided on the raid. However, the process was far from unified. The fact remains that many Rōnin left the group. Oishi deliberately feigned a life of debauchery to conceal the raid plan. But this was not merely a camouflage. During their prolonged life as Rōnin, not a few withdrew to support their families or for their livelihood. The raid was a decision constantly faced with death. Then, in the early hours of December 14th, Jinroku 15, 1702, the 47 Rōnin raided Kira's mansion. They had meticulously gathered intelligence and prepared. However, Kira Yashinaka was not easily found. They searched every corner of the mansion and finally discovered Kira in a charcoal shed. It is said that the dagger Kira wore at that moment was the same one Asano Naganori had used to commit seppuku. It was a fateful twist of destiny. Oishi told Kira, "We have achieved our main objective," and Kira was beheaded. The long-cherished desire for revenge was thus fulfilled. The Rōnin then wiped away the blood and systematically departed Kira's mansion. Their gait was like that of a victorious army. They headed to Sengakuji Temple and presented Kira's head before the grave of their lord, Asano Naganori. How did this scene appear to the people? News of the raid spread rapidly throughout Edo, and people praised the Ako Rashi's actions as a righteous deed. They instantly became the heroes of their time. However, the shogunate was in a quandary. Should they praise them for upholding loyalty, or punish them as criminals who broke the law? While Confucian teachings emphasized loyalty, the order of a state governed by law was also crucial. Intense debates ensued within the shogunate. Ultimately, Shogun Tsuneyoshi ordered all of them to commit seppuku. This was not merely a death sentence. It was an extraordinary ruling that allowed them the honor of a samurai. This judgment reflects Tsuneyoshi's political consideration to preserve the shogunate's authority while taking into account the sentiments of the populace. So why seppuku? The Ako Rashi were permitted to die as gishi, righteous warriors, as samurai. This was also proof that their actions were, to some extent, recognized as legitimate. However, on the other hand, this seppuku also sent a strong message. Those who violated the shogunate's laws would not be tolerated. This incident quickly became the subject of kabuki, koden, and jururi, enthusiastically passed down among the common people. Especially Rōnin of Chushingura, which dramatized the historical facts into a story of good triumphing over evil, became a huge hit. The Akeo Rashi were elevated into perfect heroes. This strongly reflected the common people's desire to vent their frustrations with a world they found unreasonable. And in the story, Kira Yashinaka was thoroughly cast as the villain. But was the real Kira truly such an evil person? Records also remain that Kira focused on flood control projects in his domain and was admired by his people. He too must have had his own life. After the raid, the Kira family faced severe penalties: extinction of their family name and confiscation of their territory. The repercussions of the incident extended even to Kira's relatives. Despite being innocent, they disappeared from the stage of history. They were victims assigned the role of the villain in the narrative. However, public opinion already sought the heroic tale of Chushingura. The Kira family was made into a necessary evil to complete that story. The actions of the Akeo Rashi might not have stemmed solely from pure loyalty. They, too, were people swept up by the currents of their time and public opinion. Their righteous deed offers important insights for considering the power of public opinion and media in modern society as well. We must not view historical events from only one perspective. We should always seek the truth from multiple angles. Now, let's go over the answers to the questions posed in Scene 4. Why were the Akeo Rashi ordered to commit seppuku? It was Tsuneyoshi's exquisite political judgment, made to preserve the honor of the samurai while maintaining the shogunate's facade as a state governed by law. What were the motives behind the public opinion that hailed the loyal heroes? It was the common people's dissatisfaction with an unreasonable world and a strong desire for good to triumph over evil. What was the real reason the Kira family was erased from history? It was because a thorough villain was necessary to complete the heroic tale of the Akeo Rashi. The truth of the Akeo Rashi. It was a drama entangled with complex human relationships and political motives, far more than a simple heroic tale could convey. Whether their actions were loyalty or revenge, their evaluation would greatly differ depending on the era and perspective. Were the Akeo Rashi heroes who upheld righteousness at the cost of their own lives? Or were they merely vengeful individuals swayed by public opinion and the shogunate's intentions? Perhaps that truth is something we, living in the modern age, should continue to question.